Go to the papers?
Do you mean there's any news this week?
Yeah.
Couldn't find any last week, could we?
No.
Yeah, there's something in this rag. Daily fail, I think you call it. So everybody's been moaning about the NHS that's underfunded, but it's not
underfunded, no.
So what's been happening in the NHS then, Mac?
They've been, those at the top have been striking deals with the pharmaceutical suppliers that they'll pay them 40 times what it's worth, and then what they do then is they get a backhander off it. So those at the top have just been ripping the NHS off from beginning to end.
Really?
Yep.
I'd heard. Do you know the local surgeries? They sell them every year, and the rent doubles, and they go to the highest bidder, don't they? I mean, that's unsustainable. So what would you do? Put taxes up. Well, that fabulous, beautiful model of a woman, Theresa May, treasonous May, you call her, Theresa. All these are for you. You're such a wonderful woman. Oh, you and your husband.
He does love you. In fact, even though you're a man in reality, he'd even kiss you.
Sounds like an express train went by. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Gouge your eyes out. Stop it. So, there you go. Taxes will rise, as if they aren't high enough already. Will rise to pay for the NHS spree, it says.
What do you reckon it'll be? 1p, 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p? Well, I don't think they'd get away with 5p.
It says taxes will rise this autumn to help fund a £400 million a week NHS National Health Force cash boost. Theresa May warned, not said, warned. What does that tell you? Warned. The Prime Minister suggested middle-class families will pay more to help. So she's having a go at the middle class a lot now.
Well, she's decimated the poor. Now she's moving on up to the middle class, and then it'll be the rich who think they're untouchable.
Hold on, where does money come from?
You just print it
out of thin air.
Yeah,
money comes out of thin air. Yeah. So, what is value-added theft?
Tax.
That's slavery.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's what's in the news. Slavery.
Yep. So you're a slave. You just didn't know it, or maybe you lot did.
Oh dear. So you said what's in the news? Is there any news today? Birds of prey. You about petrol?
Yeah, I did. It's not surprising, really. We get ripped off by everything in this country. Every possible way they can rip us off, they rip us off.
And they buy it in advance, don't they?
Yeah. But then, when their prices allegedly go up, because they never really do go up, but when they allegedly go up, they put the price up straight away. But have you noticed that when the price drops, it takes them 2 or 3 weeks for the price to drop?
So they're after some of this, aren't they? Oh, yes. You have a squirt in your tank and it's costing you more than £2.50 extra to fill it up now. Yeah, I noticed it's about £1.30 a gallon. In Spain, it's £1, well, 133, 134 euros.
In Libya, before they destroyed the country, I think it was 17 cents a litre.
Yeah, it's like 5p a litre in Egypt at one point, and they put it up to 10p a litre, which is £1 Egyptian pound, and it was an absolute outcry. This chap's been in the paper a lot just recently. I think he was on TV the other day. Rachel's...
Mucky Merkel.
Yeah, Rachel's Rachel's dad. And Piers Morgan and their team paid him £7,500 to appear on TV, and that was all that was on the other morning, apparently. And he's never even met Henry Hewitt. And
this is dirty. That's very dirty.
Predators are in the paper today, my friend. Predators. Ex-mayor. That's an ex-mayor of Godalming, wherever it is. Ex-Tory councillor Simon Thornton.
Tories. What a surprise.
Told police who arrested him, "Do you know I'm the mayor of Godalming?" He says, "Yeah, do you know who I am?" "Yeah,
you're a paedophile." Yeah.
Yeah. Not supposed to use those words. Paedophile! Rapist! Right?
It just brings you back to Nottingham City Council, doesn't it, when you use them words?
Oh, don't let me throw up. I've just had a nice meal. Don't start mentioning those names I've never heard of before. This is I was forced to grow up too quickly. What has that got to do with it? And predator who shared bed with wife and victim. And he's got 9 years, so
13-year-old. But does it say what happened to his wife? Because
do you want to see him?
Bad.
Sorry to make you all sick. There he is. The Right Honourable paedophile.
As soon as it says Right Honourable anything, you know they're a paedophile.
It says, I told the defendant of Borden, Hampshire, that's where it is, she stayed at your house, which gave you the opportunity to abuse her, and you used this to have sex with her at least once a week. You what? What is it with these people that have so-called power? They're supposed to be our servants.
It seems that if you're in the council, you're almost certainly a paedophile. At least if you're up at the top levels.
I don't think all of them are, but...
Oh, well, I would imagine the entire executive branch of Nottingham City Council are. I would definitely suspect that.
Go with the council again. And, Foreman male was jailed for 9 years after a judge how he used a teenage girl as a sex object. Yeah, what is it, people that seek power? They seek the power over young girls and young boys. Apparently patients will be allowed to use cannabis oil if the panel of doctors agrees. And guess who the panel of doctors are employed by?
Government!
Mind controllers. Let's have a look at this. It's an expert panel of doctors from the Netherlands. No. From the NHS are given the power to decide whether patients should get a personal licence to use medical cannabis. So you need a licence. And what's a licence?
A lie to your sense.
Well, if you look up the word in the dictionary, it actually says you'll need a licence if you're doing something wrong. So
like grow cannabis, for instance.
Well, yeah, like Theresa May's husband does. You should flash that picture up. That picture you sent me by email. That's a good one. And well, the picture speaks 1,000 words, to tell you the truth, and it shows you what's going on. And it says England's chief medical officer. So England's got a chief medical officer. This is not good for your well-being.
An officer is a military term.
It is, isn't it? Medical officer. Dame Sally Davis. Dame, does that mean she's had the sword on the shoulder by Her Majesty?
Something along them lines,
old woman. It says Dame Sally Davis would lead the group advising the government on applications to prescribe the drugs which are illegal. Home Officer Minister Nick Hurd caved in yesterday. He caved in? How do you cave in? What creatures live in caves and underground?
Trolls.
Troglodytes. So, Home Office troglodyte Nick Hurd caved in yesterday following widespread outrage over the case of epileptic Billy Caldwell, 12, whose illegal supply of cannabis oil was seized by customs officers last week. That's the boy we're on about, him and his mum. MPs recognise how historic this moment is. It says, the law on medicinal drug, well, if it's a medicine, it's not a drug unless it's a pharmaceutical drug, is it?
Exactly.
So, which is used legally to treat patients in more than 20 countries, including Canada, Italy, the Netherlands and much of the US. But it is illegal to prescribe it for use in Britain, even though the UK is a major producer.
Well, it's okay.
You're kidding me, the UK is a major producer, it even says it here.
But it's okay to drink as much alcohol as you want, beat people up, that's fine, it's not a problem.
Well, money can be made, can't it?
Absolutely.
Straight to jail, do not pass go, do not collect €200.
It's all about the fake money.
Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt.
You say?
Don't start. I know what you want to call him. Do you know, I'd rather be
beep
than murdering or killing people. It says he went to the Commons to announce that Dame Sally will establish a panel of expert clinicians.
The Commons, so that's like commoners, except it's not. They're not commoners there, are they?
No, they're above us.
Or they think they are.
They're supposed to be our servants, but they're not there. They're there to serve themselves and their mates. He says he will establish a panel of expert clinicians to advise ministers on any individual applications for cannabis-based medications. So there you go, people. If you're dying of any horrible, nasty disease, what do? Emigrate. Oh, I'm well again.